Okay, let's dive right into this. If you've been aggressively trying to save and invest your money, but you feel like you were just absolutely exhausted and getting nowhere, well, I want you to know you're not alone. In fact, most people quit right before their money actually starts working for them. Today, we're breaking down the exact mechanics of why early wealth building feels so punishing and why you absolutely need to hold on.
There's this legendary quote in the investing world. Charlie Munger, the late billionaire and brilliant investing partner of Warren Buffett, famously stated that the first $100,000 is an absolute beast to get through. Now, he didn't say this because it's impossible. He said it to validate a universal truth. This initial phase is a relentless grind. Honestly, it's kind of oddly comforting to know that even billionaires acknowledge this is the most grueling part of the journey, right?
Section 1. The uphill boulder, the grueling start of wealth building. To understand exactly why Munger said that, we need to look at what's actually happening both physically and emotionally. I want you to literally picture this. You're standing at the bottom of a steep hill. Your hands are pressed against this massive, heavy stone boulder, and you are pushing with all of your might. Every single inch of forward progress is fueled entirely by your own sweat, your own energy, and your own physical exertion. That boulder is doing absolutely nothing to help you. In fact, gravity is actively working against you. That visceral feeling of heavy lifting, yeah, that is your early investment portfolio.
Think about the constant, repetitive actions required in the beginning. Every time that paycheck hits your bank account, you're making the conscious choice to save a portion of it. You're taking the time to invest it. You're making daily sacrifices, saying no to the nicer car, the expensive dinners, or the upgraded apartment. You are the one providing absolutely all the momentum to keep that boulder moving up the hill.
And here is the ultimate pain point. Despite all of those sacrifices, you log into your brokerage account and your net worth barely seems to move. It literally feels like nothing is happening. You might put in $1,000 of your hard-earned cash, and then the market dips the next day, wiping out your recent progress. It's frustrating. This is the exact moment of peak frustration. And it's exactly why so many people give up right before the magic happens.
You really have to embrace this harsh reality about the beginning of the journey. In this initial stage, your investments are not making you rich. Your human discipline is doing 100% of the heavy lifting. The assets themselves are just too small to generate meaningful momentum on their own. It's entirely on your shoulders.
So if you're doing all the work right now, you're probably asking yourself this massive pivot question. When does the game actually change? When does it stop feeling like you're pushing a giant boulder?
Section 2. The 100K tipping point. When your money starts helping.
We are now entering the most exciting phase of the journey. The magic threshold is widely considered to be $100,000. When your portfolio crosses into six-figure territory, the math completely shifts. The heavy lifting is no longer solely on your shoulders, it's finally shared with your portfolio.
Now, what's really interesting here is why this happens. It's all because of compound growth. It's the cascading effect of that growth. It's not just your initial money making a return anymore. It's that those new earnings get reinvested and then they start earning money for you too. Suddenly, you're no longer building wealth with your paycheck alone. Your assets have woken up and started working right beside you.
Section 3. The Wealth Code. The math of assets working beside you. To truly appreciate why the first 100K is uniquely difficult, we have to look at a stark mathematical contrast. We're going to compare two identical market scenarios side by side. In both scenarios, the market delivers a solid 10% annual return. The only difference is the size of the boulder you've managed to push up the hill, a $10,000 portfolio versus a $1 million portfolio.
Okay, if you have $10,000 invested and you get a 10% return, your money just made you $1,000 over the course of a year. Look, earning $1,000 without lifting a finger is certainly helpful. But let's be honest, an extra $1,000 over 12 months is not life-changing wealth. You still have to wake up and go to work every single day.
But think about this contrast. If you have $1 million invested, that exact same 10% market return yields $100,000 in a single year. You didn't work an extra hour, you didn't learn a new skill, your money just passively handed you a six-figure salary. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why the first 100,000 feels painfully slow, while every single milestone after it comes faster and faster. The math simply takes over.
Section 4. Fundamentals over shortcuts. How to reach the tipping point.
So, knowing that the math is waiting to reward you on the other side of that threshold, how do we actually get there? When you're stuck in the mud of the early grind, the temptation to skip the line is overwhelming. You see people on social media flexing huge gains on speculative assets all the time. But listen, do not chase shortcuts.
Do not bet your hard-earned progress on the next hot stock or risky trend just because you're impatient. Instead, you need to rely on true, empowering fundamentals. You've got to focus your energy on increasing your savings rate by growing your income or cutting expenses. You need to invest consistently through the highs and the lows, and you absolutely must stay patient. So the crucial point is, stick relentlessly to these basics. They are the only guaranteed path up the hill.
This is the ultimate mindset shift required to survive the early grind of building wealth. The first $100,000 isn't just a financial milestone to check off a list. It is the necessary price of admission. Before your money has the power to work for you, you have to prove you can work for your money. It's the rock-solid foundation that the rest of your financial life is built upon.
The math is proven. The blueprint is clear, and the game undeniably changes at $100,000. The only variable left is you. Will you stick with the grind when it feels like nothing is happening? Will you keep pushing that boulder until it finally rolls over the peak? The effort is heavy for sure, but the reward on the other side is true financial freedom. Keep pushing.